Jean-Marie Lustiger was born in France to Jewish parents, and following his conversion to Catholicism, he held the position of Cardinal of Paris for over 20 years. Friend of Pope John Paul II and widely seen as a symbol of religious coexistence, a film has been made about this man, the Jew who could have been Pope. Faced with the challenges of a waning interest in the Catholic Church in France and conservatives who demanded that he renounce his Jewish heritage, Lustiger faced an uphill struggle to win hearts and minds. But his no-nonsense attitude and distaste for politics in the Church earned him both the support of the French people and the nickname the Bulldozer.
He's a real character in France, very well known, not because he was born Jewish, but he was a very charismatic person, a very modern one for the French Catholic Church first. He was, the person who launched the first Catholic TV channel in France, for instance, just to give you an example.
Lustiger's mother died in Auschwitz for being a Jew, which the film shows to weigh heavily on his conscience. This instilled a determination in him to never forget his Jewish heritage, despite the protests of conservative naysayers in the church. At one key point, he travels to Auschwitz to persuade a Catholic convent built on the ground where Jews were massacred to relocate out of respect for the Jewish people.
The most important symbol of the movie is the fact that he tried to work on the reconciliation of Catholic and Jewish, and his mother was in Auschwitz, so that's a very important part of his life. But he worked on the reconciliation, and he also forced, that's what you can see in the movie, he was quite direct with John Paul II, and forcing him to work on these questions, and so that's a very positive thing.
Despite the unlikeliness of a Jewish convert becoming head of the French Catholic Church, it was probably his unorthodox background that first warmed Lustiger to Pope John Paul II. He too was an outsider when he became the first non-Italian pope in almost 500 years, and he handpicked Lustiger himself for each promotion.
That was true, that they were very close. In the movie, they use what we call the tutoiement, so we have a difference on the level of language when you speak to someone you really know, so that's a sign that they were really close to each other.
Pope John Paul II died in 2005, but with rumours abound that Lustiger would take his place in the Vatican, he came out and announced his own retirement from the clergy. He died in 2007, with the Kaddish read out at his funeral. His self-penned epitaph set the record straight once and for all about how he saw his own identity.
I was born Jewish. I received the name of my paternal grandfather Aaron. Having become Christian by faith and by baptism, I have remained Jewish, as did the apostles.
Both the film and the man offer a lesson in promoting religious and community relations, and that is the kind of message that is always worth telling. This is Paul Walsh for JN1 in France.